In the world of pro football, there are the haves and have-nots. The Miami Dolphins are defending AFC champions and perennial playoff contenders, but they are feeling the heat from their Eastern Division brethren and are a weekly target of every foe they face. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are have-nots, winless in 8 tries so far and just battling for respectability. Regrettably, they are part of the league's lower echelon of teams that must wait until next year. And then there are the clubs in the middle of the pack, trying to muscle their way into the NFL's elite. 2 such clubs are the New England Patriots, who will host the Dolphins in Foxborough, and the New York Giants, who will be at home against the victory-starved Bucs. It's doubleheader action, with 2 teams trying to make that bold step into the NFL's upper crust. The Dolphins versus the Patriots, and the Bucs against the Giants on the NFL Game of the Week. Up in Foxborough, the 5-3 Dolphins kicked off to the 5-3 Patriots. Today's winner would end up no worse than in second place and could even be tied for first if the Jets lost. But the magnitude of this important game obviously was a heavier burden on the home team, who almost made a disastrous early mistake. Number 81, Stephen Starring's fumble put the Patriots in an immediate hole, and they soon were forced to punt. Miami's all-world offensive line then took over and immediately made its presence felt. The Dolphins have allowed only 5 sacks all season, fewest in the league, and once again we're giving quarterback Dan Marino plenty of time to set up. Pass blocking here helped Marino hit on his first big completion, a 39-yard strike to wide receiver Mark Clayton, number 83. Just a few plays later, rookie runner Ron Davenport, number 30, sliced in for the game's first score, and the Dolphins had a quick 7-0 lead. Miami has historically had trouble with the Patriots when playing in Massachusetts and relished the fact that they had scored first. But then the Patriots appeared to tie things up just a few moments later. Unfortunately for New England, the 50-yard bomb to Irving Fryer, number 80, was wiped out by an illegal motion penalty. A vastly complex choreographic extravaganza by Fryer and friends thus went for naught as well. And as the second quarter began, the Patriots' disposition grew even more cranky when quarterback Steve Grogan was first sacked, then intercepted by leaping cornerback William Judson, number 49. Judson's heist was but the first ballet-like play that the Dolphins were about to unleash on the Patriots and their fans. On the next drive, all 3 of Miami's tight ends made Nureyev-like grabs to set up yet another Dolphins score. First, it was number 87, Dan Johnson, picking up 16 yards on a catch and carry. Then it was time for the swan-like moves of tight end Bruce Hardy, number 84. To finish off this trip to the Bolshoi, Joe Rose, number 80, capped the trio of tight end dazzlers with his graceful snare of a Marino pass. The plays were both pretty and productive as the Dolphins added a field goal, extending their lead to 10-0. But Irving Fryer then showed he could be just as artistic as his Miami counterparts. The play is worth a second look, not only for the sheer beauty of Fryer's catch, but also for an admiring gaze at New England's strong pass blocking and Steve Grogan's ability to put the ball right on the money, despite some Dolphin distractions. Fryer's 25-yard grab was the big play just before halftime that paved the way for a field goal by Tony Franklin, narrowing the score to 10-3 Miami. After 30 minutes, the Dolphins still had the lead, but they had to be disturbed. The fourth highest scoring team in football with the number one passing stats in the conference had not had all that much luck against the New England defense, and their fortunes would not improve greatly in the second half either. The third quarter was mostly a Dolphin disaster as Miami lost 2 fumbles and also gave up one of its few quarterback sacks of the season. The Patriot defense appeared to be clamping down on Marino and company, but then Dan Johnson added to an already burgeoning total of great tight end receptions. But what really stung the Patriots was a pass interference call on third down that put Miami within certain field goal range. Rod McSwain's penalty at the end of the third quarter allowed Dolphin kicker Fouad Reveiz to add 3 points to the Dolphin total. Now only 15 minutes remain for the Patriots to prove they belonged with the best. It would take 2 scores to unseat the Dolphins, but in the final period, veteran quarterback Steve Grogan came alive with the help of his running backs. Number 33, Tony Collins' big gain was immediately followed by a profitable hookup from Grogan to Craig James, number 32, as the Dolphins mysteriously played soft coverage on the Patriot runners, a tactic that would ultimately cost them the game. Even with these successful gains, the Pats soon found themselves with a 4th and 1 at the Miami 28. All hands expected a short yardage plunge to pick up the first down. But Grogan and the Patriots crossed everyone up with one of the most daring calls of the season. Number 27, Greg Hawthorne hauled in the flea flicker, and with less than 12 minutes to play, New England had narrowed the Dolphin advantage to 3. Now it was time for the Patriot defense to assert itself, and the conference's number 3 ranked unit did just that, not allowing any Dolphin penetration beyond the New England 41-yard line. The Pats were simply not going to allow the Dolphins any room to roam, so now the responsibility returned to the offense. One more scoring drive would at least tie the game, but New England had even loftier ambitions. Once again, it was Craig James blasting through Miami's backpedaling defense for solid gains. On a 9-play drive, New England ran 8 times, as the Dolphins were never able to stop the Patriot infantry. When number 30, Mosi Tatupu, ripped through the middle, the Patriots were just about ready to pull off the upset. And the man who notched the game-winning score was quarterback Steve Grogan. Grogan began the year as backup to Tony Eason, but Steve has now quarterbacked the Patriots to 4 straight victories. With the 17-13 win, New England looks like they plan on staying in the thick of the AFC Eastern race. And as the Patriots seem to be moving from pretender to contender ranking, the Dolphins have to be worried that their status as playoff participants might suddenly be in jeopardy. Just months after a Super Bowl trip, the Dolphins may now be in a fight for their football lives.